My life was good, I write was hood. I might get to it, not out the woods. So bro, I got to do it, be a monster. That's why my mantra is being onslaught. From the Lone Star to my lunch.
Alright, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Jarice, back at it with another episode of
Real talk.
Today's topic, Miss Raven Symone, this lovely black woman pictured right here, because she's been on the internet saying some stupid-ish as usual, but I will preface this by saying that I had a crush, kind of still do, on Raven. You know, she was a part of my childhood, you know, That's So Raven, all that good jazz. Didn't really watch the Cheetah Girls, but I know she looked good in the movie, so...
Oh my God!
But yeah, she's kind of stupid. Like, let's be real, she's kind of dumb. And a quick Google search will tell you how dumb she actually is. So, what do I mean by that? Raven Symone. I'm not gay and I'm not African American. What race is Raven Symone? Raven Symone's ethnicity is African American. And she said she's not gay.
New YouTube show, 8 p.m.
In one episode, Miranda casually drops this little nugget.
That's her wife. That is her wife, a white woman. But I'm sure if you ask Raven Symone, she's probably pro-black, fist in the air, Black Lives Matter, whatever cool position it is to have in the year 2022. I'm sure she's all of the above at this point, right? But anyway, I want to get to the meat and potatoes of the video, so we will skip on ahead because we don't care about her reality show on YouTube that nobody's going to watch except for like 9-year-old little girls, I guess.
And for those who haven't been following the story closely, down in Florida this week, the governor there, Governor DeSantis, signed
which everybody only hates because he was linked to Trump, and they think of him as Orange Man 2.0, but I digress.
Call the Don't Say Gay law.
You mean the don't promote gay law, if anything.
And Raven Symone and her fellow castmates decided to walk out.
Yeah.
You walked out there. You since returned to work, but
yeah.
Why was it so important for you and your castmates to do that?
Well, I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community.
She doesn't even know the letters. They added so much shit she doesn't even know, and she's a part of the community. What? That just goes to show you how stupid this thing is. Like, what are we actually doing right now?
We have a lot of diversity on our set as well, and
diversity 9 times out of 10 translates to people who aren't white. Let's just keep it a buck. It's people who aren't white. And hey, it's the OG dad from That's So Raven.
I'm going to say this, and this is my thing. If there's a don't say gay bill, there should be a don't say straight bill.
I mean, you're half right, babe. They shouldn't be talking about any kind of sexuality or gender identity or any of that crap in school, at least until high school. But that's not what the bill is about, because I'm sure you've read the bill, right, Raven? I'm sure a Hollywood elite with a lot of time on your hands, such as yourself, you know, you have a lot of free time when you're not on the set, playing make-believe for X amount of hours a day, which I'm sure is less than the amount of hours I work at my 2 jobs. But yes, I'm sure you have a lot of time and you read the entire bill from front to back like I did, even though I work 2 jobs, 15 hours a day. But, I'll move on.
Because it's not fair, and there are multiple kinds of humans in this world, and you are ruining the psyche, the confidence of so many young children because you are discrediting their parents, the people they love, the people that raise them, the people that teach them the manners when they walk into that schoolroom. So
yeah, and notice she says young children. Like, why do you guys think it's important that you teach all this stuff to young children? You know, because the bill is targeted for a very specific age group, K through 3. But I don't understand the reason why you need to target this group right here of kindergarten through 3rd graders with sexuality and gender identity and all this other good jazz. What is this going to do for their future? How is this going to help them become better adults? I mean, the obvious answer is it isn't, but, we just care about getting the propaganda out and getting a hold of their minds, right? That's really all it's about. Like, we just want more leftists to keep other leftists and the system intact to maintain our power, because, again, people who have this ideology / lifestyle usually only vote, think, act one way. Politically, ideologically, we already know what it is.
So if you're not going to honor their family, your family shouldn't be honored either. So let's just make it even / equal, maybe.
We should point out we did reach out to the Walt Disney Company for comment. Haven't heard back, but after the bill was signed into law Monday, the company did release a statement, as you know, and that statement does read in part. We put it on our screen here.
And Walt Disney responded, says, "Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that." Translation: we know our company is full of leftists, people with green hair that yell patriarchy and feminism and transgenderism and homophobes and stuff of that nature. So we're going to do what we need to do to appease these people and get in their good graces publicly, even though 9 times out of 10, they actually don't translate to people who actually buy things. But whatever.
Here. Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the organizations.
I told her during the commercial break, my kids have this healthy obsession with her. In Raven's home, we were in...
Yeah, I'm sure your kids would have a healthy obsession with Raven. I mean, just look at you. I'm sure she's also a pro-black with this nice, beautiful weave going on, and she'll probably say white people are bad, and this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, there's a white man in the background signing her paycheck every week, but we won't talk about that.
Puerto Rico, They got out of the pool so they could watch her show.
That's serious.
But when they're with you, I feel like they're safe.
Yes.
Like there's a message to it. There's a theme. Raven's Home, really quickly.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I just want to say we're in season 5 of Raven's Home. We have Rondell, Isaac, Emmy, Felix, Michael, Michelle. We are back in San Francisco, and things are popping. There are characters that you remember when back in That's So Raven. Adrian Bailon is making an appearance, and multiple other people. Please check it out on Disney Channel.
Oh, they
Friday.
do. Trust me.
Raven, thank you.
You're a
Catch
delight.
new episodes of 8 p.m. weekly on YouTube as well.
Yeah, nobody's watching that, but let's just read the quick summary, because I won't read the entire bill on a fucking video. That's just too damn much. Where is it? Let's zoom in a little bit. So, the bill reinforces a parent's fundamental right to make decisions regarding the care and upbringing of his or her child in the public school setting. The bill requires each district school board to adopt procedures for notifying a student's parent if there is a change in services or monitoring related to the student's mental, emotional, or physical health or well-being. All procedures adopted under the bill must require school district personnel to encourage a student to discuss issues related to his or her well-being with his or her parents. So basically, if the child is going through some kind of issue, the parent must be there to discuss it with said teacher or said faculty member. Because God forbid, we just don't want a kid just talking to or a teacher talking to our kid about sexuality and gender identity without the parent, the person who created the child and, takes care of the child. God forbid we have just this random stranger who sees them for 9 months out of the year, for 1 year maybe, talking about this kind of stuff. And with all the new teachers nowadays going from straight to college to the classroom, 23, 24, 25 years old, with all this LGBT stuff fresh in their minds, and they believe this is the just cause and this is for the people, I wouldn't blame parents for wanting to be there when such things are discussed with children. It says the bill prohibits a school district from maintaining procedures that require school district personnel to withhold from a parent or encourage a student to withhold information related to a student's mental, emotional, or physical health or well-being. School district procedures may authorize school district personnel to withhold information only for a reasonable belief that disclosure would subject the student to abuse, abandonment, or neglect. So basically, don't tell the kids to not talk about what's going on in school. Like, that would require school district personnel to withhold from a parent or encourage a student to withhold information related to a student. So basically, tell what's going on with the kid. The bill prohibits classroom instruction. Classroom instruction, by the way. Not private settings, because I don't know, Miss Thomas could take little Billy Bob to the back of the classroom and, hey, you know that weird feeling that you get around Johnny? That's just you being gay, and you're actually gay. Like, I like girls. No, you don't, Tommy. No, you don't. You like boys, and you're gay. But don't tell your parents. Like, that's literally what they're trying to promote. But anyway. The bill prohibits classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through grade 3, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. Again, I don't see why kids this young need to be learning about gender identity and sex and stuff anyway. I mean, kindergarten through 3rd grade, I was worried about playing video games, playing freeze tag and hide and go seek, and playing with my action figures and hanging out with my friends. I wasn't worried about gender identity. Hell, I wasn't even worried about girls. Girls were still icky at that point. So what are we really talking about here? Oh, man. At the beginning of each school year, a school district must notify parents of all healthcare services offered at their student school and provide parents the opportunity to individually consent or decline each service. Additionally, schools may not administer a well-being questionnaire or health screening form to a student in kindergarten through grade 3 without first receiving consent from the student's parents. So that sounds like there may be some questionable health practices going on at certain schools, such as puberty blockers and maybe COVID-19 vaccinations. But again, you couldn't pay me to have a kid and have them in public school in this day and age. Oh, man. It says, the bill requires each school district to adopt procedures for a parent to notify the principal of concerns regarding the provisions in the bill, and the process for resolving concerns within 7 days of the complaint. The bill specifies that if the complaint is not resolved by the school district after an additional 30 days, a parent may request the Commissioner of Education to appoint a special magistrate who meets qualifications established in the bill. The special magistrate must recommend a resolution to the State Board of Education within 30 days. The State Board of Education must approve or reject the recommendation between 7 and 30 days after the recommendation. The school district may or must pay the cost of the special magistrate. So basically, they get a lawyer, they got to handle the shit within a week to a month, and the school is going to be responsible for the lawyer fees. And then bring an action against the school district to obtain a declaratory, need some damn water, judgment that the school district procedure or practice violates the provision in the bill and seek injunctive relief. A court may award damages and must award reasonable attorney fees and court costs to a parent who receives declaratory or injunctive relief. The bill requires all school district student support services training to adhere to guidelines, standards, and frameworks established by the Department of Education by June 30th, 2023. The DOE must review and update as necessary all relevant guidelines, students, and frameworks for compliance with the bill. So, basically, the bill is mainly targeted for questionable health practices, because I'm sure somewhere in California there have probably been some schools who have been giving puberty blockers allegedly, and COVID-19 vaccinations allegedly without parents' consent. But the bill is mainly targeted to prevent these weirdo lefty teachers from talking about gender identity and sexual orientation with kindergartners through third grade students, which, again, I thought girls were icky up until like fifth grade anyway, so I don't know how this is relevant. But, this is just typical leftist stuff. But, oh, God, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And you got genius celebrities like Symone, who literally want this stuff pushed upon kids because reasons. Like, kids that you have nothing to do with. Like, I could understand, you can afford to put your kids, well, assuming you weren't a lesbian, you could afford to put your kids in any private institutions where they could, teach about this stuff if you really wanted that. Like, there should be a private school that teaches you or teaches your kids everything you want them to learn. But y'all don't want that. Y'all want to brainwash the public's kids because that ensures the system that y'all benefit from keeps on functioning, and it ensures that the politicians that you want and the people at the top remain in power for future generations. So it's a beautiful system. But with that, that's really all I got for this topic. Oh, and I was gonna make a Will Smith video this week. God, I got too tired. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. I'd be exhausted after work. Like, I get home around midnight and generally got to be back up at like 7 o'clock the next day. Yeah, I'm working a lot of hours. But anyway, I'm gonna just give you the quick cliff notes of what happened with the whole Will Smith and Jada situation. My opinion, anyway. So, let's just do a quick recap. Chris Rock makes a joke about G.I. Jane. Will Smith laughs. He looks over. He sees Jada is upset. He walks on the stage and gives Chris Rock the most awkward slap ever. And if I didn't know Will Smith and if he wasn't married to Jada, I would assume he's a homosexual male, judging by that slap. But let's just go over my thoughts, right? If Chris Rock would have been a white entertainer, Will Smith wouldn't have done that. He knows better. It's kind of like how when black people have a white boss or they talk to white people on the phone, they code switch real quick. So if that was a white man, Will Smith wouldn't have done that. If it was somebody who was, let's say, bigger in stature and more muscular, Will Smith wouldn't have did that. But he picked somebody who was shorter and smaller than him, weight-wise. So he picked a soft target. And then they're talking about they tried to ask him to leave the Oscars. It's like, bro, he should have been forced to leave the Oscars. And then the fact that Chris Rock isn't suing is, kind of weird. But anyway, the reason why Will Smith did this is because his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, is an African-American woman. And we all know, those of us who do know and who date African-American women or are related to / involved with African-American women, they like violence and when black males do stupid shit. So, when Will Smith gets up and walks on stage and slaps Chris Rock, that was a moment of joy for Jada Pinkett Smith, who has been continuously basically crapping on Will Smith with the whole entanglement debacle, and godly, she's reading poems from Tupac and basically still in love with a guy who's been dead for like 20 plus years now. And Will Smith knows that, and he can't compete with a dead guy. So Will Smith probably had a moment of, what would Tupac do? And so he gets on stage, walks up, slaps him, walks off, and the rest is history. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Will Smith situation. He just did it because, one, he's tired of people making fun of him with that crying Will Smith meme and the entanglement. Two, he's constantly competing against a dead man for his wife's love and affection. And three, the whole 2016 comments that Chris Rock made about the Oscars when Jada was quote-unquote boycotting it because there was no black nominees. It's like, if it's that important to you, why don't you build something as prestigious as the Oscars from scratch? But nope, y'all don't want to do that. All these pro-black people want to just go to white people stuff and we need to be included in your stuff. It's like, well, shit, just make your own and then build the shit up to where it's viewed as legitimate. But they don't want to do that. They just want to take over white people's stuff. It's like a parasite. But anyway, guys, I swear I will find a rhythm to get into so I can post daily again. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If I made a little bit of sense, if I made a lot of sense, if I made too much sense, y'all already know how it goes. And y'all know I live in my comment section. And I reply to damn near everybody. But with that, it's been your boy Jerice back with another episode of Real Talk. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.